Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to Don Talk. This is episode 6. Yes, episode 6. We are on episode 6. Back at it. We missed a week. Now we're back at it. Better than ever. Stronger than ever. We're going to just keep this motherfucker rolling. Okay?
Just say this. That Gone Boy shit is contagious. Because that was the last motherfucker we spoke with. And we wasn't even, we was gone. Niggas couldn't find you. Couldn't find me. I don't know what he did, but he said something and we was out of here.
Yeah, we gotta stay away from him.
Mm-hmm. I mean, you said it though at the beginning of the tape. You said, if you go win, there's no turning back, right?
All right, like.
So now we're here, episode 6. And there's no fucking turning back. We gotta go to like 600 or get a deal and then hire some fucking subs.
And then just like sell the podcast to somebody else.
No.
No?
This is generational wealth. Once Ari realizes 2K isn't a career, he's going to need another job.
So we give him the podcast.
Sure. Hey, we're looking out for you, family. You know what I mean?
Oh, man. Yeah, man. A lot of shit was going on last week. Yeah, we just couldn't manage to do the motherfucking podcast. Me personally, I had a lot of shit going on that fucked me up. So, yeah, we're back. Episode 6, man. Hopefully we can continue to keep doing these shits. I'm actually surprised that we're at episode 6. I know I'm probably gonna say this forever.
What happened?
What?
You was out to eat at Olive Garden and the joint, her water broke. You never told me her name. I'm assuming the name is just like NDA. But you helped give birth because there was no other doctors in attendance.
Yeah, her joint. So what happened was her name was Bethany.
Oh, that's
right. Yeah, we was at Olive Garden. Don't ask me why I was at Olive Garden with a pregnant woman during the pandemic, but it just so happens that I was there picking up my food, and like her shit broke in the lobby.
Yeah.
So what happened was I was like, ma'am, relax, like.
You told her relax and started taking deep breaths.
Yeah, I was just showing her like.
Oh, okay, all right. So you wasn't nervous at all. You just sprang to action. Her water broke. Her water broke, and it wasn't like let's take her to the hospital. It was like just
hot towels. We need water. Like
I did that right there on the Olive Garden floor.
Yeah, mask on. I'm like, I look like a motherfucking doctor in there. I put my hair in a ponytail. Yeah. I said, "Ma'am, we got this. Don't you worry."
That's nutty.
So like wild. She was. It's like her husband was there too. Her husband's name was Ben, right? Ben and.
There's no way of letting a stranger just help my wife give birth.
Well, it was like Ben and Bethany, like Ben and Jerry's.
Yeah, like BB gun.
All right. Yeah. So speaking of a gun, right? I'm like, okay, ma'am. Like she's on her back. We have her like her waist elevated. You know what I mean? To keep pressure off her back.
You really know the details.
I'm here with it. I'm here. I Googled it. It was WikiHow. I saw the pictures.
Sure. Could you imagine when this young bull grow up and he asks Beth, his mom, like, yo, how did I get here? Well, there was a kind gentleman who just Google searched how to give birth, and here you are.
I sprung into action.
That's wild.
Everybody else was scared. They ran. I was like, I'm fucking ready. This is my moment.
It's COVID. We're in the middle of a pandemic.
Nah. So like I'm here, right? She's on her back. I'm like, I'm behind her like Aaron Rodgers is behind her center, like. Let's get this thing going.
He lost.
I'm like, Hut. Send the guy in motion. Little motherfucker shoots out. I catch him.
You ain't launched the baby across the Olive Garden.
I threw it to Ben.
You ain't throw it to Ben. Did Ben catch it?
Yeah. Touchdown. Okay. 6 points.
You cut the cord or you left that?
No, the cord was connected. The baby ended up flinging back into his mom. Then they went to the hospital down the street. Yeah. Yeah, he saw like a little daylight.
Being a lifesaver out there.
Yeah.
Shout out to Ben and Bethany for being unfucking prepared. So now you have an Olive Garden, dude, the OGB.
The fact that we kept that going.
That's not a true story?
No, it was totally made up.
Oh wow! So what really happened to you?
I had a toothache. It was called an abscess tooth.
Don't. No, you said what it was. Don't try to be cool and give it some
No,
compound.
that's that's the technical term for
No,
it.
we don't give a fuck about toothache is what you had.
All right, it was a toothache. But what I had was I had the tooth already pulled.
Mm-hmm.
And usually when you get your tooth pulled, you get like a dry socket, which is like a blood clot of some sort that it builds up in that opening and it hurts like shit. Then you have to pull it out. And it's like this like ball of like blood and bullshit. I didn't have that. For some reason I got an abscess tooth, which is when you have your tooth and through like the cavity or whatever the fuck it is, pus builds up in your gum, and that's what I had. And you saw my face, right? Yeah, no, my face was like swollen on this side.
Mm-hmm.
Like swollen as shit, and then I had to end up going to the doctor. He I actually still feel the hole in my gum still. It didn't heal completely yet, but
So when you drink water, does something like go in there?
I mean, it probably does. I don't know. I don't feel it. This is a dumbass question. I hate him. But so he's like, all right, cool, like we're going to handle it, we're going to do it. He ends up like poking the area and like squeezes shit out. I'm not going to lie, when he got towards the end, I wanted to punch him in his face because that's how bad it hurt.
Are you
But like prior,
or were you kicking your legs, or were you like one of the dudes that like squeeze the fuck out the chair?
no, yeah, I squeezed the fuck out of the chair and I'm like, he's like, it's okay. I'm like, no, it's not. It hurts. It's not your mouth right now. It hurts. But yeah, he ended up draining it and it felt a lot better. And then I gotta take these.
Oh shit, that's how Dirk went platinum.
Have to take one of these bad boys every 6 hours.
Ooh-wee.
Yeah, look at that. So, yeah, I've been taking those the past 6 days. I have to take every 6 hours, so I take like 4 a day. So yeah.
So if you pop 2 right now, your eyes are probably like push your glasses further out off your face.
I don't.
You be having fucked up, or do they just numb the pain?
No. So have you ever took antibiotics before?
I did when I had my shoulder surgery, but it was like I was taking some crazy shit. My dad was taking them Jones with me. Yeah, we was lit.
So the thing about antibiotics that I didn't know is that it makes you go to the bathroom a lot. So if I want to take a drug test, best believe my piss is gonna be clean. Cause that's all I've been doing lately.
You've been flushing your system, huh?
Bro, I'll drink water, bro, and then I'll have to go to the we'll probably do like a pause in this podcast just so I can go take a piss.
Damn. So you went to the dentist and he shrank your bladder.
Pretty much. I lost a lot of weight too. I lost like 15 pounds.
That's what's up.
I don't know how I feel about that. Like I don't know if that's healthy or not.
Well, what was it? My sophomore year of college, I caught pneumonia because I was at like a party. I was drunk. I was drinking off people's cups and shit. Got pneumonia. Was in the hospital for like 2.5 days or some shit. I probably dropped at that point. My sophomore year, I was probably like 215, 210. I dropped like 188, like 190.
Damn.
Yo,
for real.
I was a skinny ass crackhead. I was walking around that joint looking hit.
I don't know if I want to laugh or like.
It was literally a picture of me on Twitter. I was in the gym wearing like a tank top. It was the skinniest I've ever looked in my fucking life.
Can you stop? Cause like I want to laugh, but like I also feel
I was happy as hell because I've always had little nigga syndrome because I've been a fucking like huge as shit my whole life, tall as fuck. So it was just like, oh yeah, I could buy a medium. But I mean,
why do you make everything so fucking comical?
What do you mean, nigga? I've been wearing larges my whole fucking life. I don't know what it's like. Wear a medium.
I can buy a medium now.
Bro, I've been wearing extra large, largest, 2X my whole life. I never wore a medium. When I got pneumonia, nigga, and I lost that weight, I bought me a medium.
How did it feel putting on a medium shirt?
I felt like I had a long beater on, like a beater with sleeves.
A beater with sleeves.
You know, like how the beaters sit like that? It was kind of like that, but it was just a medium t-shirt. I had sleeves on it. My shoulders were covered.
Yeah.
But that's the only way I could relate. I didn't have the side effects you had with the swelling mouth and
Yeah.
the shrunken bladder.
Yeah, I wouldn't put that on anybody. That shit's ass.
Mm.
If you're dealing with any tooth pain, please go to the dentist ASAP, no Rocky, and don't bullshit like I did.
How long were you like trying to just be tough about it?
Like 3 days. I don't know why,
I
bro.
thought you was gonna say like a week or so.
Nah,
Nigga, I
hell
stepped
no.
on glass in 2020, like in like fucking February.
Mhm.
And then like come March, they started making all the announcements about COVID.
Mhm.
I went till November till seeing the foot doctor. And now I have this huge problem where I have to get like a fucking hole drilled in the bottom of my foot like twice a year now. Because
Damn.
the shit closes up.
Mhm.
And then when it closes up, because I be on my feet and active so much, it grows into like a fucking callus.
Damn.
And I can't even walk on my foot. So like I gotta go to the foot doctor all the time now.
Yeah, man.
I was being a bitch about it. Like I was like, I'm not going to the hospital. It's fucking COVID. I'm gonna die.
Yeah, don't fucking wait. That's what happens when you wait, or like you think like you're fine,
mm-hmm.
and then like a month down the road, you're like, I'm fucked.
Unless you're
up.
old. If you're old, take your time, because you could be 60 years old, living your best life. You go to the doctors, you have cancer. It's just bad news waiting to happen. I honestly think I'm probably gonna stop getting medical attention when I hit a certain age, just because like I was watching a movie and Bull was like, I ain't have cancer till I went to the doctors. And that's a valid fucking point.
See, for you, I'm scared because you're black. So like,
all right.
I'm just saying.
What you think? I eat starch and fucking black sugar?
That's not. I'm saying going to the doctors and the doctor's not giving a fuck because you're black.
I thought you were talking about like the high cholesterol.
No, it's not. I'm half black. Why the fuck would I be talking about that?
I'm just saying because that's common in black people. They all got like, you know what I mean?
Yes,
they got high blood pressure.
They're diabetic.
Yeah.
It's true.
What is diabetes? I don't really understand that.
So my grandfather has it, but I learned a lot more of it, or like had like a better understanding of it. Mm-hmm. Not saying that I totally get it,
right?
But usually like when you get like a cut or like anything like to the body that like hurts, mm-hmm. it ends up like that limb of your body like dies.
So like regular injuries become extremely critical when it's a diabetic. Okay.
Yes.
I get that.
Yeah.
But don't, because they like nowadays they don't do that as much, but like before they used to like have to like prick their fingers, you know what I mean? Like sustain that little bit just to like calculate their blood and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Was that like a kind of thing that could go wrong, or because it was so controlled is something that really didn't have like any of those?
I think the thing with like their whole thing, like pricking their finger, and anybody that's listening, if I'm wrong, like comment, because like I said, I'm not schooled on this shit, but just knowing like my grandfather, I think when they prick their finger though, they're checking for their blood sugar level. Okay. So I'm guessing like they're seeing how much sugar is in their blood.
Yeah.
But I think the main other thing is white blood cells as well. Like making sure your white and red blood cells are balanced out.
Because the white blood cells is like the recovery process. That's what yeah.
Makes sense. So, but it's like you don't want to have too many white blood cells. Like you kind of want to like keep an even playing field, I guess. But like, yeah, yeah,
I understand. Okay.
Yeah, it's like a whole thing. It's mad weird.
But I had asthma when I was younger, but I grew out of that.
I had it too.
I had defibrillator, or I hope I said that right, but like whatever the joint is that just shoots fucking.
I think the defibrillator is a joint you rub together and they're like clear.
That's a defibrillator?
I think.
Okay, well, whatever the machine is that just shoots out asthma pumps for you while you sleep, I had that all the way up to like fucking middle school.
I had mine like 4th grade.
Yeah.
But like I've always like I had a heart murmur my 10th grade year, which is where like your heart like skips and like it doesn't beat on time. Like I had that like tell you like 10th grade.
That's what happened to Chris Bosh, right?
He had a heart murmur. I thought he
Isn't
had a
that?
blood clot.
He might have had a blood.
I think he had like a blood clot in like one of his like arteries to his heart or some shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
But that's actually one of the reasons why I'm scared of COVID. Like me personally, like why I don't want it, because Benny the Butcher. It's not Benny. It's what's the other bull's name? West Side Gun.
You lost me.
You don't know him?
Mm-hmm.
He's the boy that goes boo 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 boo.
I just
Light skin bull.
I just
No,
thought that was an ad lib.
nah, it's three of them.
Okay.
But Westside, he has asthma and he got COVID. And he said the COVID brung back his asthma.
Ooh.
And ever since then, like he's been like on like his like asthma pump again.
Right. He has to go through the same kind of steps he took. Oh, that is wow. I never even heard of that.
Yeah, because you know COVID fucks with like your respiratory system and shit like that.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, like it fills your lungs with fluid and shit like that. Yeah, and they said like it like fucks you up, like even after the fact that you lose it. Like I know some people that still can't taste. Some people still can't smell. It's like a fucked up ass like
think
virus.
The vaccine would like. I don't think the vaccine would undo any of those side effects. I think the vaccine would just remove COVID.
I'm glad you brought up the vaccine because I have some shit that I want to talk about.
All right.
Hank Aaron unfortunately passed away at 86. But Hank Aaron was also a healthy ass 86-year-old.
Okay.
3 weeks prior, I think, don't quote me on it. Some weeks prior, he got the vaccine. He got it. He was healthy though. No problems. We're talking Hank Aaron.
Right.
Probably one of the best black athletes of all time, especially in baseball. He's one of the greatest baseball players ever. Healthy. Healthy as an ox. He gets the vaccine weeks prior, then passes away. For
Did
the COVID.
They said it was COVID?
I think they said natural causes.
Oh my gosh.
If I look it up. Like I said, if whoever's listening to this, don't quote me on this. I'm going off the top of my head right now.
That's wild. So and you think it's because of the vaccine?
I think it's because of the vaccine.
Right.
But it says, all right, so I looked it up. It says Hank Aaron's death unrelated to recent COVID-19 vaccination, doctors say.
You call BS.
I call bullshit.
All right.
It says Baseball Hall of Famer Hank. All right, this is from a news station in Atlanta. It says Hank Aaron waits to receive COVID vaccination on Tuesday, January 5th. Aaron, 86, died in his sleep January 22nd at his home in Atlanta, according to the Atlanta Brave organization. On January 5th, Aaron was one of the most several people to receive the Moderna vaccine. So there's two different vaccines too, by the way. If people don't know this, there's two different ones. It's like the Pulsar's vaccine, and then it's the Moderna. I think that's how you pronounce it. It's spelled Moderna vaccine. Moderna? Moderna? Maybe. But he received it at the Morehouse School of Medicine. Makes me feel wonderful, Aaron told the Associated Press following his vaccination. I don't have any qualms about it, you know. I feel quite proud of myself doing something like this, you know. It's a small thing that can help zillions of people in this country. He said zillions.
That was Hank Aaron's quote?
That was Hank Aaron's quote when asked about receiving the vaccination.
Zillions of people.
Zillions.
All right.
In the days since his death, some have speculated what caused Aaron's death. On the day Aaron died, Atlanta Mayor Keisha Lance Bottoms posted a tribute to the mobile native on Twitter. Some responses to her some of her responses to her tweet questioned whether or not his death was somehow tied to the vaccine.
I'm not gonna lie. Are you sure that's not a typo?
It says, I'm gonna read it again.
The zillion.
It says, oh no, zillion? No, it says zillion.
Yo.
No, it says zillion. I know
All
for a
right.
fact it's a zillion. Can I
R.I.P.
zoom
to
in on
Hank
that?
Aaron, but there's not a zillion fucking anything on this planet.
Is it gonna clear? You
That's
see
what.
it?
Yeah,
Even though it's backwards, probably it says zillion.
that's wild. No, it's not backwards on some funny shit.
Okay.
Yeah, there's no zillions. Nobody go out there and think there's a zillion, right?
So
And if somebody's gonna find a zillion first, it's Jeff Bezos.
no fact, but I he passed away in his sleep.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta see the cause of death or like what they labeled it. He got the vaccine on the 5th, right?
Yeah.
That was a Tuesday.
Now, are you in a Facebook group where other people are trying to connect these dots, or is this just you right here calling this out early? Because this may be like a conspiracy theory thing that is gonna pop up on the news later this week.
No, I mean you could put two and two together,
Yeah.
but like a lot of people were saying like, yo, like he just got the vaccine.
Right.
He died in 2 weeks and 4 days.
Mm.
He got the
He's got-
vaccine on the 5th of January, which is a Tuesday, then passed away on Friday the 22nd in his sleep.
Yeah, that's not a good look for anybody who wants to.
Now, whether you want to put it on his age and his body couldn't handle the vaccine or whatever the fuck it might be, but
That's
I
a
don't
big
know.
case though, because that's the people who get the vaccine first are the elder people. Like, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
When the vaccines came to Pennsylvania, older adults, senior citizens are going to get vaccinated first. So the fact that somebody died
Mhm.
2 weeks and 7 days after getting one, and he's already part of that older demographic, it makes me think now, will more deaths be covered up as natural causes, or you know what I mean? It's going to just have people thinking. But I mean, it's a fair assumption to go either way, because there's older people that
Mhm.
are bound to die for natural causes, regardless if COVID never existed. But you also have a vaccine that people already think is questionable during a pandemic. So the fact that older people, anyone could check from this, is going to just always, I feel like it's going to just create a speculation of vaccine, not vaccine.
And I feel like a lot of people are gonna be scared anyways because it took them 9 months to like create this vaccine,
Yeah.
and like a lot of this shit isn't FDA approved, like drugs. Like they're just releasing this, and I don't want to make people scared because that's not my plan. I don't want to be one of those people. If you take the vaccine, you take the vaccine. That's your choice.
If anybody
Me
got
right now,
vaccinated, let me know.
yeah. If you did get vaccinated, let us know. Let us know how you feel. But for me right now, I don't want it. My mom asked me the other day. She was like, "Are you gonna get it?" I was like, I kind of want to have a test because I know there's a test out there where like they can test you and see if you already had it prior.
I didn't know it. I thought it was just a test to see if you have it or don't. But I do know to get tested is free.
Yeah, and there's definitely plenty of like sites out there that do tests. I know like urgent care and patients first do it. I think CVS, like a couple of CVS's do it. They'll test you.
Are you
But like
an
if you
flu shot getter?
I haven't gotten a flu shot in years. I rarely get sick now. I actually started taking my vitamins like these past like 3 years. Like just like the multivitamins, like the one a day joints.
Like build up iron and shit like that.
And yeah, I've been fine, you know, knock on wood, but I've been good.
I mean, honestly, since I had pneumonia, I think I'm built different. I wear a mask and wash my hands and shit like that, but
No, you probably are because your body like
no, that's what I'm saying.
like fought that already, so like your body like probably knows how to handle.
And that's
I don't know
why
the body.
I swear that's what they were saying about the COVID thing. That's why younger people are like asymptomatic, or they're not fucking even getting anything of COVID, because it's like
Mhm.
y'all some dirty ass 90s babies. Like y'all niggas been sick to death before COVID was even a thing. Now your immune systems is built a lot different than most of these older people or younger ones. You know what I mean? Younger kids. Imagine if you didn't grow up playing outside and shit. You would have been sick as hell by now.
No, yeah. You got to think of how many viruses we've been throughout our lives.
Every other summer there's a virus.
Yeah.
We done been through all that shit.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
So
Niggas built different.
I don't know how they're gonna process everything. Like I think like you said, the older people are going to get it first. Then I think it's going to be the healthcare workers that get it like second, which I think they're doing now. And then I think the younger kids, like the kids that are in school, they're going to get it. And then we'll be like the last ones to like, I mean, I'm pretty sure like people our age can go get it now if they want to,
Right.
but it won't be like mandatory, like, you know what I mean? So
How it is. Like, do you think they should make children get vaccinated to go back to school? That's a big controversial topic right there.
yes and no, because they're around each other 24/7.
Right.
They're touching doors, touching railings, going to the bathroom. Some niggas don't wash their hands. They're touching lockers.
Yeah.
So I mean, that depends on, because some schools aren't, you know, have money to do shit.
Right.
So like even in our areas, like I don't think Still High has the same money as Central Dauphin East. It's just Central Dauphin in general.
Yeah.
Like
fair.
maybe Central Dauphin School District can distribute out sanitary wipes, masks, gloves, you know, all this other shit compared to like Stilton or
it up during a whole school year.
yeah.
You know? Yeah, I definitely feel you. You can have welcome back, John, have a couple of gloves and wipes for a few months, but are you really gonna be able to maintain this kind of, you know what I mean, efficiency throughout an entire school year? Probably not. Because half these schools in our area couldn't even operate effectively without COVID. So
Yeah. Which is like also the sad thing that has to change too, that like I really hope changes as I get older, is like the schooling.
Yeah.
Especially like from me being from Harrisburg and seeing the difference in, you know, the school systems. Like it's pretty ass. So
I don't know who I was watching, but it was somebody from Atlanta, and they were talking about like because of COVID and everything, a lot of kids were sent home and shit like that. But he was like, there's like 35% of Georgia doesn't even have like fucking internet capability in their like areas, because you know it's country, there's sticks and shit. But at the end of the day, all these kids go to a school somewhere, and when there's an announcement made from the government like send kids home, homeschool, you know what I mean? It doesn't matter if he lives in a barn on the side of a highway or in a fucking mansion. This motherfucker gotta find a way to do school online. So he was like, basically the person that was talking was just saying like, I bought all these laptops for kids, but the problem wasn't even the laptops. Half of these people don't even have internet access in their homes. And I just think that's just something that's like, you know what I mean, mind blowing to me, because most people don't even think that would even be something that is such a big deal in our country. They think of America like, oh, Wi-Fi. You think motherfuckers don't have Wi-Fi live in a third world country. But no, they live right, you know what I mean, right in the sticks. There's no internet out there. Like, and who's providing that? They just sending these kids home thinking everything's cool, or they're not even worried about that majority that is affected in a negative kind of way. So I think with the vaccine, kids getting vaccinated to go back to school is going to have that same kind of trouble, that same problem. You know what I mean? There's going to be people that are going to have to do certain things or not do things just to be adequate in their areas, and it's really fucked up. You know what I mean? I don't know how I would be if I was in a position like that. Like I have to go to school online at home. Only time I ever got on the internet is when I go to school. You know what I mean? Like that's just mind blowing to me.
And to segue off of like not having internet, like the other thing like you have to consider too is people not having health care. You know what I mean? And a lot of these parents are our age. And who's to say like some of the kids that are our age that have kids have everything together, you know what I mean? Have healthcare, have good jobs. Like these are things you have to take under consideration. Like, yeah, it's a lot. So like I don't expect the government to like have a hold on everything, but it's just kind of ass, bro.
It is. And it's like, you know what I mean? People are on your insurance until you're 26, but that's good and all. But like your young boy, 13, 15 years old, they still need those same benefits and all that to prosper as they did when they were younger. So I think it's just more of having that sustainability over a period of time, you know what I mean, that really has an effect on children that is not being accounted for either.
Yeah, because I was talking to my mom the other day because my dentist currently right now I don't have health insurance. But like, luckily, I'm thankful that I have enough money to pay out of pocket for some of this shit.
Right.
But the thing I was talking to her about is I didn't realize, like, until I got older, how regularly, like how like lavishly you have these things, like going to a doctor, getting checked up, going to a dentist, getting your teeth clean, going to, I don't know, a nutritionist, and
doctor or something, getting
anything, bro.
Yeah.
So like, it's just kind of like people that don't have money. Like I was looking at myself, I was like, yo, imagine if I didn't have $200 to like pay for this right now.
You would still have that same problem. That's the crazier. That's yeah.
So it's just something to think about if you never thought about it before. So I mean, I don't know, man. It's all bad. So yeah, if you're listening, if you've been through any of those situations, please let us know. We would like to know your take on it. Maybe on the vaccine, maybe on healthcare, maybe on the schools. So definitely.
I'm not a conspiracy theorist, but I do know two things. There was Obamacare. Now there's a pandemic. I'm just saying.
It's bad, bro.
He knew something was coming up. Yo, let's start Obamacare. Health insurance already don't make sense. This shit's weird. 26 is a kind of odd number to have. Whatever. Obamacare, we gonna make sure everybody all right. Trump gets in. Fuck this Obamacare. Corona arrives. Now niggas is stuck in parking lots getting tested. People are dying, and the same thing probably would have happened regardless with Obamacare. But I just think,
you think it'd be set up better?
Stress. Well, one, it would be set up better, and two, I feel like the stress level wouldn't be as high as it is. You know what I mean? Like, come on, bro. There's countries out there that are operating normal like 2020 never happened, and we one of the most advanced places in the world. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Quote unquote.
We got the fake Gucci belt, but you know what I mean? Like how we make fucking the smallest steps, and I really think it's because there's so many backseat drivers. There's so many motherfuckers with something to say, and we just gotta stop the car and listen to what the fuck they want to say, and then we gotta start the car again and re-put it in the fucking directions, and then by the time we probably pass the mile or two, we gotta stop again because somebody else got some shit to say.
For sure.
And it's like, bro, we are moving so slow with this shit. COVID is going to be done and we're going to have a solution for it. Like, this nigga going to be out of here. And 2 years later, somebody's going to be like, we got it. Let's do this. Like, come on, bro. Y'all supposed to be on time. Motherfuckers give America too much credit. That's the problem. Too much credit. Y'all expect too much from these motherfucking people out here. Half of them was trying to break into the Capitol to take a picture. They offer tours. You motherfuckers is doing jail time for a tour. You got me. Never.
We can
the capital of the United States of America for a tour. There was literally poles keeping people in single file lines as they broke into the White House. I've never seen somebody break into a building and then follow the fucking safety precautions and protocols.
Bro, I
would at least stepped out of line and walked outside of the fucking little shit they had set up. Like, what am I doing? I broke in.
When that whole shit happened, a lot of people were like, yeah, like finally, like, you know, we saw white people do something crazy on national televised, you know, TV.
Yeah.
But it's just like, this, like, this is how they act.
I've been watching white people do crazy shit my entire life.
Yeah. Now, was it a good thing to see them like make a ass of themselves? Yeah.
For sure.
And then see them like being on no-fly list and can't do shit. Yeah.
Yes. And then wilding out in the airport. That's all that.
Yeah.
Bring it on.
The Bulls in jail talking about he's on a strictly like no meat diet. Too bad.
Eat a dick.
Eat that meatloaf, nigga. Have fun with that.
I seen a white man jump out of a fucking, what was it, a spaceship for a Red Bull promotion. He was like a daredevil or some shit. You seen that? I know you seen
Oh,
it.
he was just like right
Bro,
above the
he was
atmosphere.
above the planet and
Mm-hmm.
jumped out.
Mm-hmm.
I've been seeing white people do crazy shit my whole life. I ain't even gonna hold you.
So how did you feel about the pardons, like Wayne getting pardoned, Kodak getting pardoned? Like those was like the bigger names. I think that were on that
Yeah,
list.
I'm doing it too. I'm doing it
What?
too.
You're getting pardoned?
Yes, I'm taking a pic, sending a tweet, bro. I'm not spending years in a federal prison when I could leave this weekend. All I gotta do is take a picture with the man. At the end, like I don't. Me, I'm not built that way. Don't think I'm just gonna be some solid ass 15-year upstate. That's not me. Pardon me, Trump. I mean, at the end of the day, still fuck the nigga. Kodak Black got like 3 songs where he said fuck Trump.
So you're telling me you're willing to take that picture and also take that fall
To
just
be free?
to get pardoned? Yeah.
Yes. What fall? I think
Well,
only
like,
person who had backlash was Lil Wayne.
Well, no. Did you see what Kodak was posting after he got out?
I know he posted the little shout out Trump, that tweet. I don't know if he tweeted again or posted another picture.
He was like tweeting out pictures after that.
It's probably all in the NDA. Yeah.
Listen. That's fine. What are you willing? When I say fall, I mean like fall in like popularity. Obviously, some people are going to cancel you. So,
all right, but we gotta first look at who we talking about. Lil Wayne, the shit he said in that interview talking about there's a white cameraman recording me if that don't show you black lives, all that's out of the contract. That probably wasn't even in his agreement to do. That was just him sharing his fucking value. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
that was him going off script. He probably didn't have to do that much. That's draw. I never believe or think that way whatsoever. However, the ugly sweater and the handshake and the picture, I'm doing that to get out of jail.
I think I didn't read too much on it, but I heard, and I see it on social media. Everything I see on social media, I take as a grain of salt. Sometimes I look it up to see if it's true or not.
Mm-hmm.
But like I said, like I'm gonna continue to say like each episode, if I'm wrong, tell me I'm wrong, but don't listen to me and be like, yeah, Perm's correct. Like, right. I'm not sure.
Somebody use your name at the dinner table and you got all bad information.
All bad information, just
like,
bad sources. Yeah, real rap. And the reason I'm saying is because on top of my head, and I just want to get it out. I heard Trump was taking money to pardon people.
Yo.
Like that was a thing, and I think the minimum was like $5 million.
Yo, that's so drawing.
I think.
But I don't see the thing with Wayne that fucks me up is the masters part. That's something that might have been it. Like, you know what I mean? If it was strictly on me to get out, this is what I gotta do. But the fact I gotta do other things that affect other people's futures and shit like that, like their careers, I think that would have caused more of a hesitation. You know what I mean?
That we talked, not to cut you off, we talked about that during Jaren's interview, right?
Yeah.
We talked about the whole
briefly, just like he sold his masters and Wayne's and Nicki's, and he could have got more for it. And I mean, yeah, I probably wouldn't have done that, honestly. Just because of like the career Nicki and Drake had, especially when as Lil Wayne, you know what I mean? You started, you kicked them off, like you was really on some Papa Bear shit, and then you just sold they masters. And Nicki and Drake are both worth a bill when it's all said and done. You know what I mean? Nicki could drop a shit right now and have the hottest verse of 2021. She can spit.
I think like their overall brands and their music, over time they'll definitely increase.
They both have 2 cults.
Yeah,
like that's huge. There's no like niggas got fans. But who's an artist that signed multiple artists that have cults? Trigga has a cult. He was part of Young Money.
Yeah. Drake could go shoot somebody down the middle of the street, and then he'll have like a couple fans talking about that's not him.
That's not him.
They'll have him in 4K, and they're like, It's not Aubrey.
That's not Aubrey. That's Aaron.
That might be Drake, but that's not Aubrey.
Not Mr. Graham.
It's
What?
not him. Mm-mm.
Would you have done it to get pardoned? Taken a picture and promoted Trump as a positive person?
Well, here's the thing, Rome. This is where I'm gonna fuck you up at. I would never put myself in that position.
That's not
to be pardoned.
fair. It's not fair. They're in that position. I'm asking you, in their position, regardless how you got there, is that what you're doing to get out, or are you just going? You know what I mean?
I mean, I think any nigga in that position would probably hold that L and do it. Who else is not taking it?
There's some people out there. You'd be surprised.
I mean, there probably is, but that's like snitching.
Is it?
It's in somewhat.
How?
It's kind of like the whole 6ix9ine thing, like snitching. Like, oh, you wanted to live the street life, so now you gotta live it. But like a regular nigga like me, if I snitch, it's just kind of like whatever. Like people are trying to uphold these things. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I feel like with the whole pardon thing, like taking pictures with Trump, it's kind of like you're upholding this law. Like now Wayne's against Black Lives Matter, but now he's just trying to look out for himself and be free. You know what I mean?
Right. I see what you're saying.
So it's just kind of like, do you want to do it or do you not want to do it? It's like if Bobby Shmurda hit him up and was like, yo, I'm trying to get this year done over with. Here's tens of thousands of dollars to get me out.
Bobby snitched for that. It's like he's the nigga in charge.
He took more time. That's why Roddy Rebel's out right now.
So Roddy did the opposite of Bobby.
No, Bobby took time off his sentence by saying like he did some of the shit that he did.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah. But I'm just, not to get off topic. No, yeah. If I was in that situation, yes, I would do it. If I had the money to do it, yes. Yeah. Because people don't know your situation. That's what I'm saying.
It's also a bonus too, because Trump is banned on social medias. So it's kind of like that shout out is like an empty statement. Like, hey, I need you to post about me on Twitter. Cool. You don't even got an account, my boy. You know what I mean? It would look worse. Think about if Trump had a Twitter and Kodak said what he said and the bull, you know what I mean, replied to it like, thank you, Mr. Black. I mean, love your support in musical. Just say some cap shit. Like, the situation would be a lot worse. Or if Wayne, I think he might have had a Twitter. He definitely had a Twitter when Wayne posted that shit. Lil Wayne's situation is fucked up.
Bro, but I feel like he put himself in these situations. Like, why are you 45 with guns still, bro?
Lil Wayne got more guns than he does dreadlocks. And that shit, it fucking confuses the fuck out of me.
So and like I said, like it's different situations. I don't know Wayne's situation. Wayne still might be on some fuck shit. Let's just so be it. I don't fucking know. Let's just say he is. But at the same time, it's kind of like, come on, bro. You're old as fuck. Like, you dropped Carter 3. Settle the fuck down. You had your good ass run.
Carter 5. Like, go away.
You had your run. You had your 08 run to so forth. Is relax.
I think it goes back to what I said earlier before the podcast. Like, Fat Joe's dropping another song. Can we stop?
And like I'm gonna say again, it depends on your situation. Because look at Nas and Jay-Z.
Right.
Why can't Lil Wayne have that? Like, yeah, like your masters got fucked up, but you also got your masters back.
Yo.
And then had to sell them.
Niggas don't learn.
So it's just kind of like, at this point, like, what is your situation really like? You know what I mean? There's some things you have to question.
So, Danny Lee, is that her name?
Danny Lee,
the baby's girlfriend.
Oh, Delaney, I think her name is.
Yellowbone.
Let's just call her Danny.
All right, so Daniel, what do you think about that situation with the whole? That shit is terrible. First of all, anybody likes that song, let us know at Don Talk Pod. You're fucking weird.
I didn't listen to the song.
It's like a snippet.
See, the thing is, what is it? I don't want to get it wrong. Is it, what is it when people like depict color? Like, you know, light skins. Okay, colorism, right?
But colorism is only when you're being prejudiced about because of someone's color.
Other color.
Like if you say light skinned girls look better than dark skinned girls, that's colorism.
Okay, so can I use that in this situation? Yes or no?
See, that's where it gets fuzzy because people were saying she dropped the song Yellow Bone because the baby's ex is dark skinned and she's like, Yellow Bone, this is what he wants, shit like that. Just saying, like, he don't want you, he wants me. This is what he wants. And people are like, all right, you're being weird. One, you're not black, so I don't know how you're a light skinned, like, you know what I mean? And then they're like, you're like, are you trying to come at her? Like, is this a diss track? You know what I mean? Like,
Mm-hmm.
and it's just basically she was just depicting herself as a lot of people took it. She makes herself look black or light skinned,
Mm-hmm.
like a mixed person, but she's not mixed with black. She's like Dominican and white or something like that. But people were pulling up pictures of her family and like her mom and dad look white.
Yeah, it's and that's what I was gonna say. I mean, like I said, I didn't listen to the song, so I'm not sure like if she said anything abrasive to the baby's ex. I do feel like a lot of light skinned female, like, here's the thing, it's not even light skinned females. If you are a person that is questioning something that is sketchy, 9 times out of 10 you shouldn't do it.
Right.
So so there were so many steps in between her making the song and then her dropping it and then her dealing with the shit after the fact.
That's
So
what I was telling people on Twitter.
yeah, you went to the studio, you recorded it. No, you wrote the song, went to the studio, recorded it. Then your engineer mixed it, and then he took it to the mix engineer took it to the master engineer, and then because there's multiple steps. You have to hear these steps.
Order on Domino's right now. Go ahead.
Bro, I want people to realize how many steps go into this. And how many people went by and nobody said shit to her about it before she dropped it. So she wrote it. She probably ended up sharing with somebody. Somebody's like, oh, that's tough. That person didn't say shit. She took it to the studio, recorded it. The recording engineer, he didn't say shit. The mix engineer came in, mixed the song. He didn't say shit. Mix engineer sent it to the mastering engineer. He didn't say shit. The mastering engineer then sent it to the label and then sent it to her to listen to. The label and her didn't say shit. So there's so many steps that went into it. And if she was questioning through it that whole process and was looking for validation from other people saying that it's cold, she shouldn't have did it if she was questioning it. Now, if she wasn't, then that's just on her.
Because what I was about to say to you is, so like, what if the case may be on some, she sent it to a couple people, you know what I mean? And then like the audio engineer was like a light-skinned girl or something. She was like, yo, I think this is wrong. Like, I think this might be, you know what I mean? And she gives them an explanation that she may later put out on Twitter or something like that. You see what I'm saying? Because I feel like her character, she really wanted, I just feel like personally, she wanted to come at the baby's ex. She wanted to diss her. You know what I mean? She wanted her to feel that junk.
I didn't know they were a thing.
Apparently,
I'm gonna put that out there. I didn't know that her and the baby were a thing. But
I don't know. I just like, it's so crazy nowadays, and I don't blame people. Like, for real, like, I wouldn't, like, why, like, don't be false claiming. You know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of cultures you're from somewhere, and this goes out to anyone, not just Daniel. You know what I mean? This is anybody. Like, you may not be black, you may not be Hispanic, but you're something. Like, that's what I'm saying. Fucking just make it work with what you are. Don't try to rent space in other already filled up categories. Like, there's enough black people, there's enough dark skin, light skin, there's enough of that. You know what I mean? Just be whatever the fuck you are, authentically, whatever you can prove, not whatever you create yourself to be. It's 2021. You bitches and niggas make my players every other weekend on the internet. Like, I don't care what you turned yourself into over the past 4 years. You know what I mean? Whatever you are on the paperwork, that's what you are, regardless of how many spray tans you get, whatever kind of hair design you may have, or butt lift, or whatever the case may be. Like, whatever that paperwork says, that's what you are. And I just think there's so much conversation about people trying to portray themselves as members of other cultures, and it rubs those members the wrong way, that collective people. And I think the outside group, like people that support Daniel and shit like that in her music, they're looking at people that call it out like they're attacking her. You know what I mean? Like they're cyber bullies or something. But it's like, if you're going to use the term yellow bone, this is what's followed behind it. All this. Now your fans may not know that, Daniel, but your fans are going to stick up for you and protect you, and you know what I mean, advocate for you. And a lot of people think what you're doing is wrong, and that's how these arguments and just these large discussions, like debates about colorism and shit like that, fucking start up.
Yeah, I think like even in my situation, like if Jaren does blow up, or like my career in audio engineering takes off, and like I'm known across like, you know, these different popular people, I always told myself that I'm gonna cut back on using nigga, only for the simple fact that, like, me personally, I know I can use it. I know who my family is. I don't just say it just because like my black friends are cool. No, I can say it because I've been through this shit. I don't need to explain myself to y'all. My mom's black, my grandfather's black, whatever the case might be. But people don't know me. You know what I mean? Other people don't know me. So I'm taking under consideration, I just know it's wrong, and I don't want to even put myself in that situation. Now, a lot of people can take what I'm saying like, well, you shouldn't be saying it anyways, period, because it's just kind of like, no, if I get around those type of people, I'm not going to put myself out there to get backlash. I might as well just cut saying it now. I mean, who knows? I might blow up and people might come back to the first 6 episodes of Don Talk and hear me say nigga all the time.
Right.
Now, if it offends them, it offends them. But if people want to know why the fuck I'm saying nigga, come fucking ask me. I'll tell you why. But other than that, like, I feel like people should know, like, yo, maybe I shouldn't say this, or maybe I should stop saying this, only say it behind closed door with my friends. You know what I mean? Like, some of these things need to be taken under consideration a little bit more. Like, you have a cell phone, you're on social media, you see shit go on, you see situations go on. So, and I didn't see her apology, but
well, she kind of like argued with people first. She was like, y'all are just weird, like, I know God doesn't judge me, or just like, you know what I mean?
All right,
like,
so that's just like the basic like run around.
And then
here's what
she really fucked me up with. She said, I have dark skinned friends, my husband's chocolate.
Okay.
And then later on in like the fucking apology post or whatever, she was like, I don't see color. The fuck? How are you just going to use 3 different metaphors for black and then just be like, I don't see color? Like, yes, you do. Your song's called Yellow Bone. Why would it be Yellow Bone if you don't see color?
Yeah, I think if that situation ever happens to me, I'm just gonna make my mom my profile picture.
Bro, that's what I'm saying. That's a better explanation than what she did, because she really, like, she explained it as if she don't got the pass or like any proof to why she's saying it. Like, oh, I got black friends, Nick. They know I'm not racist. All that, like, all right, cool.
I feel like if people aren't I mean, I can't even say that. I feel like it depends on how you were raised and who you were raised around. You know what I mean? Like, I tell you straight up, I tell all my friends this. I never been raised around my white family. Ever. Right. Never. Like, my dad's white, he wasn't in my life. So you could just throw that stereotype out the way right now, saying that black fathers are, my father's white. He wasn't in my life. Let's throw it out the window right now. Let's just throw it out there. For everybody that's questioning, because I also get a lot of DMs saying, how can I say nigga as a white dude? First off, I'm not a white dude, okay? Let's just get that out there now.
The brightness is just a little higher than the rest of us.
Yeah, that's all it is. But I was raised around the black side of my family. I played baseball with the inner city kids that lived in the hood. So, like, I got all of that. I embraced all of that shit. I was with my cousins when Please did all that. Like, I saw all of this shit. My uncle getting like, I saw all of this shit happen. So you can't tell me I can't say something. Like,
right.
I've been through it all. But like, me being white, yes, it has its advantages, because it's kind of like being like this chameleon in a way. Now, do I want to experience police brutality and all that shit? No. Do I fear for my little brother and little sister that are both black? Yes. My stepfather, yes. My mom, yes. Now,
I think that kind of goes into what we spoke about earlier. How it just, you know what I mean? What was it? Well, I forget the word.
What are we talking? White privilege.
White privilege is a passive ability.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? White, like, it's just, if your skin tone is white, white privilege is automatically in effect. Like even in, like what you said,
Mm-hmm.
you have been in positions where you were looked at from opposition as just someone white. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? And regardless, if you wanted that person to view you that way, there's no control of that.
Mm-hmm.
And
Like
that's just, yeah, go ahead.
when I fill out my job applications and it asks you what races you are,
Mm-hmm.
I don't put white. I put like 2 or more races. Like I don't put Hispanic. I put 2 or more races.
Right.
So like you're gonna know, like, and if I can fill it in, I'm gonna put African. I'm gonna put black African American.
Right.
Like that's who
Literally.
I am.
Now ask Daniel that. You applied for a job saying you was black, Daniel? No, you didn't.
Her
Don't call
situation is
yourself
so
yellow
fucked.
bone. And she fucked it up with the apology. That's what I said
That's
to
what
the
I
boy on
mean.
the internet. I'm like, yo, you allowed to say whatever you want, even if it is harmful and prejudice, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
You have that right. That's just how the world is, and that's just the place we live in. But also know we live in a place where someone is going to respond and ask you what the fuck you're talking about. And if you're not capable of coming up with an explanation as to why you're saying this or why you're doing that,
And no, I'm talking like an intelligent
yo,
explanation.
it gotta be like with her,
Yeah.
she could have posted a pic, you know what I mean, like you said, or did something else. Her
Yeah.
response was faster than she made that song. And that song sounded like she made it in 2 hours.
Yeah.
So that's all I'm saying. If you want to be hateful and support dumbass people, go ahead. But if I hit reply and ask you what the fuck you're talking about, don't run and hide. Don't
Oh
call
no,
me
yeah.
a bully. Don't do none of that. Cause the Joan, I don't even know her fucking name, but she was on Twitter the other day when we was on the inauguration and shit, talking about some y'all brainwashed for voting for Biden. Who the fuck did you vote for? No response. I didn't even say it first. Leak had said it to her first.
Yeah.
Like, who'd you vote for? Nah, like laugh it off. I responded right after that. Nah, dead ass. Who'd you vote for?
No, yeah.
What the fuck? Like,
I feel like
don't be putting your conspiracies on the internet, and then when I ask you, you go send me the YouTube link. I don't want to watch the video.
That's the thing though, bro. A lot of these people out here are quick to voice their opinions, but not being able to back them up as well, or like give you a reason behind it. Because somebody can give me their opinion and then give me a good enough reason where I'm like, okay, I can see why. You know what I mean? You said that. Because she could have said you guys are brainwashed for voting for Biden, and then listed some hard evidence of, you know what I mean, why she felt that way.
Yeah.
And then I'll be like, okay. But at the same time, like, nobody, like, some people didn't want Biden in office, but they voted for Biden to get the other person out of office. Like, these are just some of the things that people have to think about. And I feel like people are so quick to share their opinion or share their side without, like, taking everything else in.
Right. They just think they're able to fucking say something and it's just going to float in space and everyone's going to ignore it.
Yeah.
No, you're not going to tell people they're brainwashed for voting for Joe Biden, and we ask you who you vote for, and your Twitter's deactivated. Like, what the fuck? Fuck out of here. And like, it's cool to have you don't have to be Democrat, Republican. You be independent if you want. Like, I don't give a fuck. But I like to have conversations with people. If you think fucking voting for that dead monkey 4 years ago was worth it, you know what I mean? Explain to me how Harambe was going to save the country. Like, but if I call you a fucking nut and I can explain to you why you're a nut, don't call me names because you don't have no explanation for why you believe in the things you do or why you make the decisions you make. I think shit like that is super corny.
Like even even Kanye this past year, like, come on, guys, why even make that vote?
Right.
Like, just put the vote towards something that's gonna make sense here, guys. And the other thing,
he's not even on the fucking board of Adidas. You want him to run a country?
I'll be damned if we're gonna have Kanye in there. Kanye's a fucking menace, but that's a topic for another podcast episode. Maybe
he's an intelligent person. He has ideas and thoughts and plans that are ahead of his time, but he cannot explain what the fuck he's talking about when it's time to. Like, he'll explain what the fuck he's talking about months after he already says some wild shit. But it's like, it's easy to come up with an explanation now.
But that's what I'm saying though. Kanye speak like that's what I said before, like not even 2 minutes ago. People like just say whatever they want to say immediately and don't think, like they just don't take things under consideration. They just say it. Like if I do it all the time, and it might not even me just be sharing my opinions. I text all my friends all the time, yo, what do you think about this? Does this look right? Do you think I should buy this to make it look like this? Or I mean, I even text you sometimes about the podcast, like should we do this, or should we switch up our platform or how we record? Like I'm taking everybody's shit under consideration, and then if I get lesser yeses than no, then we'll go with it. If not, then what's the point of switching it up?
Right, exactly.
So I mean, yeah, it's a smaller scale, but let's just, I mean, we'll never know because we're not famous. We don't have all this power and all this shit going on, but let's take shit under consideration, people. Like, seriously.
I think famous people need friends or family that's not at the same hierarchy they are.
They just need their phone took.
Yo.
Put your phone down. You don't need to be on Twitter arguing with Stacy from Wisconsin. Put your phone down.
Have you seen Elon Musk like ever just speak?
Yeah.
That is a nigga who explains everything literally while he's saying it verbatim. Like he'll talk about how the fuck he's gonna he'll say some shit like, oh yeah, I want underground, transit system in Los Angeles to avoid traffic. And then he'll literally right after that sentence talk about how he's gonna install the interior of the tunnel system. And then after that, talk about the steps you need to take to drilling a fucking hole underground for cracking the like that makes sense. That's why nobody's gonna be like, Elon Musk, what the fuck are you talking about? No, because if you give a fuck enough to listen to the whole interview, he will get to that point. He's not just gonna say, oh yeah, we need a railroad system in LA and then put his phone down for 4 days. Yeah. Like, come on, bro. That's so drawing.
Even in Elon's case, like Elon's a businessman, so he's a buyer and a seller. So he understands the selling points that you have to make to sell people on this idea. Right. So he has to go through those notions of telling you how this is going to work, how you're going to benefit from it, and what's to come in the near future from this, like benefaction from this thing. Yeah. Like I saw the other day that he's doing internet. He has a satellite up in space right now. It's in beta, and I liked how we segue into this because it's technology. Your boy likes technology. I see what you did there. But it's in beta right now. But he sends you a mini like satellite, but like everything's connected, like your router, the power sources. You'll get this box, but everything's already plugged in. You don't have to plug in shit, bro. All you have to do is take the disc out and put it on the stand, and then like put it on like your deck somewhere outside. They'll send you like a wall mount or like a house mount that you could just put on your house and just stick it out like a regular satellite dish. But everything's already plugged in, so there's no instructions, there's no nothing. All you have to do is just put the disc on the mount, whatever. So you plug it in, and then the satellite immediately starts looking in the air for the bigger satellite in the air to connect to the internet. It does it by itself, and it's like so much cheaper. Like, bro, that's all you have to do. Like, that's it. It's not that much. It's not that intricate. Nothing. It's in beta right now. It's probably come out like at the end of the year.
You could probably find a video of Elon Musk explaining this shit. That's the craziest.
It's that simple.
That's what I mean. Like if Daniel dropped the yellow bone snippet and literally, I mean, you don't gotta explain everything, but some things people need explanations because there's a lot of people that like Daniel's song with Chris Brown and just thought she was like white, you know what I mean? Oh, she's, you know what I mean, hip. Like nobody really drew the conclusions I feel like they had of her until she dropped that yellow bone shit. And now everybody's like, oh, let's throw these flags on the field. You know what I mean? They put her up on the podium. Man, please explain yourself. You know what I mean? She says some nut shit like, I don't see color. Like, what is this? The fucking 70s?
I feel like color. I'm gonna say two things. First, I'm gonna say I feel like she should have came up with a better lie. I wouldn't have came out with the whole I have dark skinned friends, my man is chocolate. I wouldn't have came out with that shit. I just said it was a tribute to all the Yellowbones throughout the history of Yellowbone history. I'd have came up with anything better than that.
She's in a pickle. But anyway, I don't give a fuck about Daniel or the baby. Both of them is some dickheads to me.
Yeah. And then
You like his music?
no.
All right.
He only has one good verse.
Like in his career or
Yeah.
on his tape? Oh, his career. Okay.
Yeah.
The Jack Harlow feature?
No.
Not even that one?
No. It's a J. Cole joint.
I've never heard it, so
You probably did.
I probably did.
But the second thing I was going to say to get off that, and then we're going to switch topics. The second thing I wanted to say, if you're an upcoming artist, if you're an upcoming athlete, anything that's upcoming that you know you're going to have to deal with people at a higher status, clear your whole social media feed. Clear it.
Delete all
Clear
that shit.
everything, bro. I mean, everything. If you have anything on Facebook, clear it. Everything. Get it out of here. Clear it. What do you need it for?
Right.
What do you still need your Facebook for? Clear it. I cleared mine. I'll be the first one to say I cleared the shit out of mine. When I started dealing with people higher than me, I cleared mine.
Yeah.
My Twitter, I tweet every so often, but my shit's like usually about like football or sports. I'll get my, oh, that's a weak ass call. I'll get my explicit words out. Other than that, you're not about to see me draw. But if you're up and coming though, bro, please take under consideration what you're about to tweet, what you're about to post, what can hurt you in the future. Just
And who you're following.
that too.
Please, if you're on Twitter and you're getting a lot of retweets for whatever the fuck you do, unfollow all them horny porn pages.
Yeah.
Cause that's what niggas do. I do that shit. I see somebody on Twitter that I was just watch. I mean, not on Twitter or like or Instagram or something. You search up this person you seen on TV. Oh, they following 45 people. Who that is? You know what I mean? You don't want to be that bull. 50,000 followers. You follow 15 people. 5 of them are porn sites. We get it. You was on Twitter after dark. You're not there no more. You grew up. You in your 30s, your mid 20s. Get rid of that shit. You don't have the username saved already mentally. You don't need to follow the page. Just type the shit in.
Just get on Pornhub or one of the
yourselves up. I be seeing it all the time. And I know it's from a long time ago. That'd be the funniest shit.
Yeah.
It'd be pages from forever ago because they didn't post in the last 4 years.
Yep.
Yo, clean your shit out.
Or create a burner account. Burner accounts are in style right now. Finstas are still good in a sense to use. Use it, bro. If you're one of those people that like to actively use social media, that is like somewhat popular and they're, you know, is about to deal with a different crowd other than your home city, make a fucking burner account, bro, and just follow all your homies from the older city just to get your shit off.
Yeah, protect.
Now watch who you follow though, because people might leak it, but you know, get your shit off.
That's crazy that you said that though, because I was just on Babyface Ray. I was on his IG page, and the nigga only got 3 posts, and he does that all the time. But it's because he keep blowing up, like, you know what I mean? Where he's at right now in 2020 in January in 2021, he was not there 4 months ago. You see what I'm saying? Like, I followed the boy in like 2019. He had pictures of like Jadakiss and Chief Keef. Them Jones ain't on his IG no more. It's 3 fucking pictures, and they all promoting the same tape because there's so many more people tuned into him that want to see what he's about. You know what I mean? They don't like Gunna. When Gunna blew up, you was able to swipe to the bottom of his IG and see Gunna when he was broke. Yeah. You can't do that no more.
Yeah. For anybody that's watching, you can go look at my Instagram. I have the same 6 posts. I don't post pictures no more. And if I do, it's probably on some like I'd post my homie or it's Jaren or it might be Rome in the near future. I don't post anymore. The only thing I post on there is like the podcast shit. If I'm ever promoting anything, it's on my Instagram. Right. Podcast, stream, anything, third party, heme, like all that shit's getting posted on there. I don't post nothing else on there. It might be a video of me doing some nut shit or taking a selfie with my fucking bun. That's about it.
Don't call it
I don't do too much, bro. I don't do too much at all. But to segue into a different topic, let's get off this. Did you see the Trey Songz video of him fighting the cop?
Yeah, just with the whole Trey Songz thing, I just think he was not taking into consideration everyone else around him. Like, granted, I don't know how it started, but I just feel like he was on some shit like, I'm Trey Songz, you know what I mean? I want to be here. which I don't have a problem with. It's already a fucking downsized stadium. Like I don't see how seating could lead to a fight with a cop.
Mm-hmm.
Like, but yeah, I just think it was one of them situations. Like he just thought he was going to have a little bit more respect or courtesy from that police officer because he's a celebrity and he's here literally watching the championship game. But like that cop just didn't give a he gave a fuck more about the seating and who's supposed to sit there than Trey Songz being in that seat.
So that was, I didn't know the situation. So the situation was Trey Songz was sitting in the wrong seat.
That's what I assumed. I don't know what the fuck happened. I thought Trey Songz was in the wrong area, and the police was like, "Yo, you got to get out of here. You got to move or something." Basically, he was supposed to move somewhere. He just didn't want to go. He didn't want to get up. But you can't.
So, I watched the video and like I saw like the whole thing happen. I had every time I watch something or see something, I have questions.
Mm-hmm. What's your questions for this?
What tempted you to put the cop in a headlock with everything going on right now, and you being a celebrity? 2, why the fuck were you in Kansas City? Like I know there's a football game going on.
That joint was jumping.
Why? Listen, not even So I got 3 now. Now I think about it. Why are you in Kansas City? And why are you sitting down with all the regular people? You couldn't get a box?
Nah, Trey. Nah.
West Side Gun had a box.
West Side Gun.
He had a sky box. He was chilling up in the box, all toasty. Why was Trey Songz sitting in regular nigga seats?
I have one thought why they would put Trey Songz in regular nigga seats, and it has to do with the pandemic. Usher left a bad taste in everyone's mouth with how many STDs he could catch.
Where are we going with this?
I just think when they heard an R&B artist was coming to their stadium,
so Trey Songz got mad.
They were like, "Yo, we gotta quarantine this extra hard."
I need to look up what happened, bro. I need to know why.
I think they just tried to take. They might have took an Usher precaution, and he was Trey Songz the whole time.
They thought it was Usher. He said, "Yeah, he has HIV. Let's get him out of here."
He has more than that.
I don't even want to know. Let's not talk about
Usher
that.
has like 16 different acronyms.
Trey Songz.
He was throwing hands and feet at that police officer.
I want to know why. What happened?
I just think it was something simple, like he had to get up.
It says in a statement, the Jackson County Prosecutor's Office said that Trey Songz, whose real name is Tremaine Neverson, 36, was released early Monday. An investigation into the incident that led to his arrest is continuing, the statement said. The authorities did not say what charge Songz was booked with, and neither the prosecutor's office nor other local law enforcement agencies would say if a video was released by Kansas City Police Department appearing to show an assault on an officer was linked to Songz' arrest.
So here's what I'm thinking. They thought Trey Songz was a regular bull.
Wait. This is where it gets good.
Go ahead.
A lawyer and a representative for Songz declined to comment on Monday. It wasn't clear if there were other arrests at Sunday's game. The police department did not immediately respond to a request for comment. In a statement included with the video, the police department said the man allegedly assaulted an officer after fans complained that he wasn't following the Arrowhead Code of Conduct or state health department rules. All right. It says the man allegedly refused to comply with requests from private security agents to leave the stadium, the statement said. When he refused, officers told him he would be arrested for trespassing. The man punched the officer and put him in a headlock, police said, adding that he was arrested without incident and booked at Jackson County Jail. Citing the state's sunshine law, the department said it could not release the name of a suspect who has not been charged with a crime.
So that makes sense. They thought Usher was arriving. Oh shit, hung up.
Nah, I got you. Go ahead.
They thought Usher was arriving.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't Usher.
Yep.
They said, "Who's this?" Nobody knew. It's fucking Kansas City. You're here in the populated section, Gen Pop.
Yeah.
Didn't wear a mask. Usher has like 4 STDs. They're like, "Yo, mask up. You're drawing. You're burning. There's a lot of things going on with you." He said, "That's not me. I'm Trey Songs." So we don't know. This is Kansas City. Security comes. He's like, "Sir, you got to go."
But you're somewhat not wrong, because I scrolled down and this is what the bottom of the article says at the bottom to end it. It says song, which I don't know why they're saying the name of his fucking songs. I'm gonna just skip it. It says Trey Songz announced in October he had tested positive for COVID-19. The singer made headlines in December when his indoor performance at an Ohio club with hundreds of largely maskless attendees led to a citation of the venue for violating coronavirus regulations.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah,
there you go.
Trey Songz don't think COVID can touch him.
Pretty much.
And they told his ass to move. He said, "I'm not moving. I'm Trey Songz, not Usher." Bull put his hand on his jacket and he punched him. They can't press charges because he punched the security guard, not a cop. He punched the cop. Shots would have been fired.
So, I think the main thing we learned from this podcast, everybody, is to let's think a little bit more.
Yo.
Okay? Let's just think. Everything that we talked about today, let's just think a little bit more. Mm-hmm. Let's take things under consideration.
Take your time.
You know? So, I think we're going to wrap up episode 6. Like I said, we're going to continue to keep going. Don't worry.
Shouts out to everyone. But we wasn't not working. We was working.
Oh,
we just wasn't here.
We just wasn't recording.
We just wasn't here.
But like I said, shouts out to everybody that still, supports us, still checks up on us. More content to come. I got some free time coming up, so I'll be streaming a lot more, all the other shit, recording a lot more. So I'll catch you guys next episode. Peace, love, happiness. Wash your hands, wear a mask, tell somebody you love them, because tomorrow's not promised. So
yeah, man, call God, call your mom, call your whoever you got in your life that you love. Let them know that you here, you thinking about them. That's all somebody need to know. They don't need words of advice or wisdom all the time. Just let a motherfucker know, like, yo, you've been on my mind lately.
Real rap.
I hope you're doing good.
Real rap. My name's Permanent Don. I holler at y'all. Be safe, be easy, man. We out.
Yes, sir.